Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show, Red Pill Edition. My name is Leon Jones, and during this segment, I'm just going to talk about where I want to take my channel. In fact, I'm going to call this my birthday video. So the title of tonight's video is It's My Birthday. And it is truly my birthday. I turned 57 years old today. Proud of it. And I am proud that I have lasted on YouTube for close to 6 years. And I want to give a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Brother Auntie. I was on his panel today for a while. Shout out to The Angry Snowman. Check out those two brothers' channels. But what I want to talk about is where I want to go with my channel. And each year, a number of us who make content like to change the topics, or we like to change something about our channel to engage our audiences. I'm no different. I believe my job as a content creator is to create content to engage my audience, and that is what I'm going to do. So, because it's my birthday, and some might be asking me, what did I do on my birthday? Very simple. I watched football today all day. I was on Auntie's panel. I'm watching football now and had a great dinner, barbecue chicken, sweet green peas, and homemade mashed potatoes. And I drank a couple of glasses of hot tea, honey ginseng lemon green tea. My favorite because it has antioxidants in it. And of course, I did a little exercise. Now, it might have seemed that it was a boring day. However, I wasn't bored. It was just bad weather here in Indiana, a little bit of snow. But for the most part, I made the best of my day. And I'm happy to do that. But moving on when it comes to my channel. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the same format. I'm just going to add a little bit more news clips in my channel. And I'm going to change the day that I do my live video from Wednesdays to Fridays. Now, if you don't know, I've already done that. In fact, I did my live on New Year's Eve. Well, I have chosen Fridays because Friday is a good day for me. I don't have to get up and go to work the next day. Now, I am going to bring back my Blog Talk radio show, and I'm going to continue doing content. I think it's very important to do content when you are on YouTube. And I also believe in camming up. Now, some people might have a different opinion on that. That's fine. I choose to cam up because I don't have a problem putting my face out there. Also, I don't have a problem with what I'm saying, right, wrong, or indifferent. And when I do my live streams, I'm going to maintain 6 people on my panel. I like it that way. Too many people on a panel, conversation gets chaotic, and I lose audience. Again, here on my birthday, and this is a birthday treat to me. And of course, I'm also giving my audience better content so they can engage. Now, my content is for the mature types of people. So if you disagree with something and you want to leave ad hominem attacks, like, let me give you an example. If I say something about women. I don't have this from women, but I have this from men. And ones who have never had a father in their lives, they seem to bring the most smoke. And they do that because they don't know how to engage being a man. And from my humble opinion, they're just a boy in an adult body, or they're just a female in an adult body. And I find the worst people here on YouTube, particularly in the manosphere sector, men. I don't really have a lot of trouble from the women. Now, on my panels and in my chat, I'm going to have women up there because they do bring a perspective that I like to hear as well. Now, again, not going to let them lead me, but I like to hear their perspective as well. And I have an audience that has some decent women who do research material. And this is what I want people to do when they come to my channel, have something to talk about. I'm not going to do the silly beefing back and forth. And if I see it in my chat, what I'm going to do, and if you have a wrench and you're not taking care of business, you will lose your wrench. Also, I do have a Cash App. I don't beg for money. I have a job, but it is nice for people to donate. Look, I donate to people's channels. I give them no less than $10. Now, I know everybody's not rich, but if you want your favorite content creator to keep making good content, you want to support that content creator. Now, my channel is a small channel. And there have been times where I haven't done YouTube. That's why I have the subscriber count that I have. Now, for me, I don't clout chase. I put out informative content. Again, I'm not going to be right all the time. And it's not important for me to be right all the time. I like to learn from other people, and I make mistakes with my channel, and I'm going to make more mistakes. That's part of being human. And when you create content, there are going to be some items that you might forget. This is why I go into my comment section and correct myself. And see, when you come on to my channel, read the comment section. If I forgot something in the video, I will note what I forgot. If I misspoke, I will also know what I forgot, because here on my birthday, and I don't make New Year's resolutions, but what I will do is be more accountable for what I do and what I say. And when I produce something, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to show it with the action like I've been doing. Again, my channel is for individuals who want to get more knowledge about a particular topic. Now, what do I talk about? I talk about current news. I talk about politics. I talk about some social issues. And I have a backup channel called the Mind of STEM channel. And on that channel, I talk about different science, technology, engineering, and math subjects. Let me give you some examples. When it comes to the science, okay, I'll talk about biology. When it comes to technology, I talk about information technology, or IT. When it comes to engineering, I'll talk about a discipline or branch of engineering like industrial engineering. And when it comes to mathematics, I'll talk about variable calculus. Now, those are important. Now, on my Mind of STEM channel, what I'm doing is giving you an overview of the types of subjects and careers in STEM. I do that because STEM is a hot field, but you have to know your prerequisites before you can get into your advanced subjects. Let me give you an example. If you're an engineer major you're going to have to pass a placement test, which is going to get you into algebra or trigonometry. Then you have to pass calculus 1, 2, and 3. Then you have to take calculus-based physics. You have to take chemistry. Those set you up for a number of your upper division courses on an undergraduate level. Now, that being said, what I'm doing as well, I'm sharing my experiences as an older man because I've been out here in the real world. I know how the real world works. But it does not mean I can't learn from somebody younger than me. Because one thing I will say about younger folks, they do have a breadth of technology and they're very good at it. Where people like me, we help develop the technology, but technology has gotten more and more complex. So we have to continuously be trained on how to use the technology. Now, with all that being said, when I have a panel, I want to have a panel of individuals who have something in common. I don't like a lot of chaos because I know in this sector of YouTube, a number of brothers just don't know how to agree. Well, they know how to agree, they don't know how to disagree without being disagreeable. That to me is problematic. You never solve any problems if you think you're right all the time. Don't let ego be the defining moment of your failing content. Work on your content. Take notes. One thing that I'm doing, and I'm not doing it tonight, again, it's my birthday and I'm relaxing. Of course, watching Green Bay and Minnesota, as I watched other football games earlier, because it's my day, just turned a year older, and I'm celebrating by enjoying life. And that's the next thing I want to tell you. When it comes to making videos, you have to be the one to have an idea of what your audience wants. I particularly like to choose a mature and informative audience. Why? Because it's much easier for me to convey my message to them. And when it comes to a panel, the audience that I have researches a lot of material. That's good. I like that. And if I miss something, they can help me by correcting me. And you're going to have to take correction sometimes. That's just what life is. Again, you're not going to be right all the time. You're not going to be wrong all the time. But here on the 411 Talk Zone radio show, I just want to make it much better so I can maintain an educated and a professional or a grown folk type of video content. And I like it. And do I enjoy doing YouTube? Yes, I do. I mean, I've been on YouTube since 2016, but I've seen the changes to YouTube. And I'm going to see more changes again. So you'll know what I'm going to do. My live streams have moved from Wednesdays to Fridays. Now, the only time I may not do a video live stream on a Friday is if I'm going out of town. And I will announce that in my community tab. And I'm going to use my community tab on the 411 Talk Zone radio show more so I can deliver more information. That's also another way for my audience to engage with me. Now, I'm also going to continue to use Twitter and, of course, LinkedIn. Now, my Mind the STEM channel doesn't have a community tab. So what I'm going to do is post information up on my Mind the STEM channel through the community tab on a 401 Talk Zone radio show. And I'd like you all to like, share, and subscribe to that channel as well. Again, information is powerful. So I'm just giving you my experiences, my point of view based on what I researched. It's not whether you agree with the material or you disagree with the material. Because if you're going to build a new YouTube channel, here's what I'm going to suggest. Go ahead and watch other YouTubers. Look at their live streams. Look at their thumbnails. But most of all, does their content hit home? Or is it just entertainment? It's great to be entertaining, but I don't want my channel to be an entertainment channel. I'm not a comedian. I'm a civil engineer. I'm a teacher. That's what I do. And I like to do that because I believe the more knowledge you have, the better it is and the easier it is for you to navigate in the real world. Now, another thing to tell you about social media. Social media has allowed a lot of dysfunction to appear on its platforms. You don't want to have a reputation of being dysfunctional. Believe it or not, you don't know who's watching your content. If you have a job and you say the wrong thing on your video content, it could cost you your job. You have to watch other people out here who are trying to sabotage you as well. You have a lot of doxing going on, a lot of foolishness going on. Avoid the foolishness. If you have a topic, present that topic. Make sure your topic is well researched. Put sources out there. This is what I do. And when you are building your channel, use all of the resources. Make PowerPoints. Yes, it's a lot of work, but being successful is uncomfortable. Let me give you an example. If you are trying to keep your health up to date and you're doing exercise, exercise is painful, but the end result is what you're looking for. Of course, going through the notions, it's going to be uncomfortable because it's work. A lot of us don't like to do work. A lot of us want to take the easy way out. And I'm just going to tell you the easy way does not work. In fact, haste makes waste. You take the easy way out, you're basically going to destroy yourself. Now, again, I like doing content. I like to keep my content very, very informative. And remember something, information is power. And again, if you're going to be like me and build a YouTube channel, make sure you have the right people on your panel. Make sure you have the right people in your chat. The reason why I say that is because you remember something, your brand is your reputation. So if you have individuals who are on your platform and they don't care about your platform, it's going to show. But guess what? They're not responsible for your platform. You're responsible for your platform. Yes, it takes a lot of work. It even takes a lot of weeding out people, but you can do it. You must look at people's actions. And that includes your actions. You must be responsible, be an adult. And that's what I enjoy about doing videos. Now, this is my first video here on January 2nd, my birthday, here in 2022, my first video of 2022, and I'm happy to do this video because I've been a YouTuber for 6 years. Now, I don't do this full time. Now, some people do it full time. And another thing I want to tell you all, I'm not jealous of people who have a bigger channel than I do, even if they started later than I did. Why? Because I have an audience, regardless of how big or how small my channel is. And I do content that's worth hearing. Now, we all have a different style, but nevertheless, as a content creator, you have to continue to build your audience. And remember, when you get to the top, there's always somebody trying to knock you down because there's competition. I did a video on competition on December 31st. You have to understand competition is tough here on YouTube. And you may have to end up doing a SWOT analysis on your channel. Now, what I mean by a SWOT analysis is this. I'm talking about strengths. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? And what are your threats? We all have them. And one thing about being a content creator, if you're honest about who you are, it's going to come through. It's okay to be passionate about a topic, but how well do you know the topic? And I say this about the education system. What we have today is an indoctrination system, a cesspool for money. Number of students leave college, they still don't have an idea of how to navigate themselves into the real world. So it's my job to tell you how to get through the real world. You're going to make mistakes. My job is to give you a resource, but it doesn't mean you're not going to have your failures, but you take the knowledge that I give you and pass it down to someone else. And you take other knowledge as well, if it makes sense to you. Again, social media is a good platform if you learn how to use it correctly. A number of us don't use it correctly. And a word to the wise is sufficient. Don't put all of your personal business out here on social media. Please don't do that. You will incriminate yourself. You will become a liability. You want to be an asset. And again, when it comes to YouTube, if you have to practice with some videos, do that. A lot of my videos are done without any editing at all. And again, make sure you have an interesting thumbnail up there as well. I was told that my thumbnails need to be improved, and I have improved them. So even if you've been on YouTube for 3, 5, and even 10 years, there's always something you can learn. And I'd say this about learning. Learning is fun. Having knowledge is power. The more knowledge you have, the better it is for you. You can save yourself a lot of time and money with more knowledge, especially understanding the law and how it works, understanding accounting. You don't need a degree. You just need to understand how the systems work. A lot of us don't know how the systems work. We'll take somebody else's word. And I'll tell people, I will give you a point of view or give you some information, but still verify it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the individual who's trying to navigate through this matrix called life. And you have to understand there are going to be people out there who are for you and who are against you. It's your idea to find out who those people are. But you keep your circle small as well. And again, here on my channel, I'm not going to be talking about women all day. Okay. I think that's a bad subject to talk about. My job is not to change women. My job is to change Leon, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to give you an example of who Leon is through my content. Whatever people do on their channels, if you want to hear the beefing, the 401 Talk Zone radio show channel isn't for you. And the Mind of STEM channel isn't for you. Because the older I get, the less I want to engage in these childish beefs. Now, some people like the entertainment, and that's fine. Shout out to people who want to do that. That gets old. I want to talk about real world subjects because I live in a real world. And when it comes to social media, a number of individuals out here have basically taken social media, just like they've taken the television, and incorporated it into their lives. That's why a number of people can't wait to get on Facebook and Instagram and all the rest of social media. Well, let me tell you something. Social media can make you socially awkward. Sometimes you got to step away from social media and enjoy what the real world has to offer you. And if you step into the real world, you get human contact, you will appreciate social media. Again, I just want to say social media is a platform to give you information. You can take information from the real world and plug it into social media. But talking to somebody via social media is not the same as talking to somebody in real life. What the purpose of what I'm giving to you is a gift called my knowledge, my experiences. And again, take what you want out of this information that I'm delivering. But in the end, when it comes to living, it's your life, and you only live once. So make sure you make the right choices. And if you're wrong, admit you're wrong. Admit I failed. But failure does not mean total loss. Failure just means I have to go right back to the drawing board and try it again. Because in the end, when it comes to life, you want to make sure that you know how to navigate yourself as an individual through the matrix of life. And that's my commentary for this edition, the birthday edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show, right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some educational material, even I make mistakes when I speak sometimes, forget a word or two, but you know what I mean if you're listening closely. But when it comes to the educational channel, the Mind of STEM, I'll give you a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. And also, I'm going to be bringing back the Blog Talk Radio show. So the call-in number is still 215-383-5785. Now, if you cannot find me on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio for the 401 Talk Zone radio show, you can find me on Twitter for the Mind of STEM channel. You can find me on Twitter and LinkedIn. And at the end of the day, I'm going to leave you with this. Be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And remember this. When I talk about issues, don't be the first one to raise your hand, because that means I'm talking about you. So here's a cliche that I have used in the past and I'll continue to use it. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. Once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.